Hello, I'm Dr. Anita Z. avatar, and I'm here today to present her module. So this module is a 6NH070, Enhancing Safety and Quality of Care in Learning Disability Nursing. So this first slide represents for me how connectivity, research and inclusivity present itself in this module. It maps out the details such as the 4 learning outcomes, the weekly content and the final aims, the assignment. It shows dimensions, how these connect, like the orange numbers referring to the learning outcomes. I must be aware of the dynamics such connectivity emerges, for example, how the formative work is linked to their summative assignment. Research then does not present itself in the very planning only in terms of the underpinning evidence, but the suggested reading that is also on this map, that once again linked to everything else on this page or roadmap. So as I just said, this is a map, a roadmap, and I use this term for a very specific reason. It shows the backbone of the module, but it remains flexible to respond to the students. So we can adapt and adjust as we travel this map together for 12 weeks. And this will take us to my third slide when I offer more details and specifics. So on this slide, I collected 10 points that I believe make the module connected, research-informed and inclusive. I think the previous slide illustrated well the concept of alignment. The reason why I'm not focusing much on future changes, because the module is reflexive and not reflective. From day one, students are collaborators of the module with me, and I make changes immediately if changes are needed. I have a backbone, but many things exist in variations to respond as we work together. This leads us to number 3. Student shape the module from day one as we co-author it. For example, we finish every session with a summary, a task, an opportunity to clarify things. Students give me feedback, so we will move on based on where they are and the feedback they give me. Every group is different, and life was different this year compared to the year before, so I made quite a few adjustments. To offer you once again examples, this year I had no male student in the class. We were back in the classroom most of the days, and the number of students whose first language was not English was different too, and many other things that will require flexibility and immediate changes rather than some planned big changes. So connectivity, research and inclusivity also need flexibility together with planning and alignment. In terms of the parts of the module, the variety of tasks given to the student, the diversity of teaching the tools. So student plays an important role in connecting the module with other parts of the curriculum and place it in the whole curriculum. So how we do this? Well, many ways. Students help me. They tell me what was covered or how they were covered or what was not covered or not to enough details, top of doing my own research and knowing as much as possible about different modules and the curriculum. And that will take us to the next 2.8 and 9 to practice. In terms of practice, connectivity, inclusivity and research means applied theory to the real world. The module does not simply use case study, once again to offer some specifics, but the case studies themselves are aligned to these notions of connectivity, research and inclusivity. They are very complex, they reflect the real world out there, and they come in different shapes and forms. Some case studies, text only, video only, or a mixture of things. Actual cases or simulation, once again applied research. They are also flexible. The length and the complexity of the cases mean that student must do some work, must do some research. It is impossible to come up with one root cause in any of the cases, and we know this from practice. That just has to be the case. The Winterborn review or the Francis report, the root cause really never is one cause, but many missed opportunities. So students, once again, must do their homework to succeed. And it gives them flexibility as well, in a sense that the model they use, what they will focus on, what route they follow when it comes to recommendations or application. I hope I have shown already how many ways research is present in this module. All content and everything I do is basically somewhat linked to research. And many people, if not all today here, will know that my passion is research. So I will always reference one way or the other how research is relevant. They know about my research, they help me shape my research. We'll see, probably we publish an article as well with a few students together. I also always offer them publishing opportunity anyway, in other way, and encourage them. And also how anything we do in the module linked, for example, postgraduate opportunities. So in terms of summarizing this slide, the module has received good feedback from the external as well as the students. And as I said, most of the changes happen as we go along. And amongst the many other things, it means that I will revisit the module anyway, and everything related to this module, and update as and when it is needed. I mean, students do just so many things in this module that I could talk another 10 minutes just about the interprofessional work they are doing, the debate, the many ways they practice skills by presenting in front of others, by using peer review, all sorts of creative approaches, but we just don't have the time for this today. So just to round up what I've said so far. Although I said that I would not or could really name any specific changes, there are actually a few things that I will certainly do for the next iteration. One is Turnitin, which is my fault. I just completely forget it to do it for this year. Students need to have access to Turnitin and the report before they submit their actual work. So it is used as a pedagogical tool and not as a punishment. So that's certainly one change that I will do. Now, a few things that I would love to change, but it's not necessarily up to me, and it's around how the module runs and how the assessment is planned and timetabled. Ideally, I would love this module to run as it was in the previous year, that it's a year-long module. It's a 40-credit long module, and it linked to practice. So when it was delivered throughout a year, it worked, I believe, much better for the student, that I could follow them and work with them throughout the whole year, and everything I just talked about was spread throughout a year. The present module, project module, is now a 20-credit module. It's not even a research proposal or service improvement anymore. It's literally stripped down to a literature review. I could see much more, this more theoretical module to be one semester, and this module is a year-long one. If it's not possible to make this a year-long module, I think we need to reconsider when students submit their first assignment. So in my module, students work on their summative from day one. It's built in the module that they don't just write a 3,500 words assignment at the very end, but still the last 1 or 2 weeks at the moment, it's quite irrelevant in a sense that they have to submit their work immediately. The second point is that the second submission is very far away from the first one. So once again, without me having any contact with the students, any opportunity to keep them working on it, or in any contact at all, that becomes for me a bit difficult. That there is a 6 or 7 months gap without any teaching and contact with me. Apart from that, as you can see on this final slide, for me, what drives this module is that it's live, pragmatic, and adaptable. and I wish to keep it this way as far as it's possible and up to me. Thank you very much. Please, any questions, comments, any constructive feedback are welcomed. So thank you again, and hopefully see you soon. Bye. Bye.